I can never remember to take. Why are they changing on me when you're the one that might have been changing? You're the one that became the oddball.
We're evolving.
It's evolving, but what if you don't know you're evolving? What if you're thinking people's isolating you? I don't get along with my family anymore. I go to barbecues and Thanksgiving dinner, and you look around the table and you're like, these people are buck shit crazy.
Well, you just told me I was evolving, so I just found out right now. Because everything you just said resonated.
Exactly. Thank you. That's why you don't fit in anymore. Exactly. But again, there was something there that was telling you you don't fit in. It's different when you can finally say, I don't fit in. And I'm so okay with that. It's hard being you, different you, non-conforming you. It's hard being that. But you don't have to yell and scream it. You just are different. And you just kind of go, yeah, I'm a psychic. Yeah, I believe in astrology. I believe in ghosts. The best movie that ever came out for me was I See Dead People. Was that the name of the movie?
Oh, the Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense. That was the best movie that could ever come out. I was like this. Like, I get that. Of course, they took it to the extreme level like everybody does. But I still got it. I got that. And I knew it. I was watching that movie and I was like, that guy's dead. He is not alive. He's dead. Throughout the whole movie. And then in the end, it was like, I'm looking around. I'm like, I see dead people.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Erica. Honey, how are you? It's gonna be all right. They gonna play with you, or they gonna hate you. Shake it off. Others need you. Shake it off. So, with Uranus and Aries, it was a time to wake up. It's a time to shake you up. It's a time to identify with the very thing you don't want to deal with. You're not normal. You're different. Hello? Now, I'm not saying go batshit crazy and quit your job, because we are in Uranus and Taurus, and we are going to keep our jobs if we can. But if something happens that shakes us and makes us lose our job, how many people have you heard, I lost my job, I had $5,000 to my name, and I started this bad company? But we're going to keep our jobs. And we're going to keep our jobs without thrusting our metaphysical selves into their lives. We're going to try and act normal. And
so I can't have crystals at work?
That's the other thing. Raw materials. Because I was
spraying with sage. That's what we do. We spray the courtroom with sage.
Who got them started doing that? That's very innovative. How is that possible y'all do that, Callie?
I don't know. I have no idea. My judge friend gave her the stuff, and she started spraying. When she feels kind of weird, she go back in chambers and spray.
I spray my cubicle with sage too.
You spray what?
My cubicle at my job.
Yeah, that is hilarious.
And I got to hook up on holy water.
That shit crazy, so I have to.
You guys are hilarious, and I'm loving it.
I gotta go see my friend and get some holy water because I'm looking like the power of Christ will compel you.
Okay, let me tell you something about holy water. Just pray into the water. Remember
Okay.
we talked about that?
Yeah. Breathe into the water. Yeah.
Breathe into the water. So it becomes holy by your breath.
Okay.
And what a priest does is no different than what you do, except your meaning is very, very specific. So it'll work stronger.
Okay, gotcha. I know what to do next week. Well, yeah.
So we had this thing, so you guys know, in the advanced class. Oh, I don't see any newbies here. I invited some newbies. They're not here. Let me just.
Yes, I think they are.
Erica's here, and we got Demetrius.
Oh, Demetria, you're from the new class. Oh, good.
There's Erica's from the new class.
No, Erica Odell is from the advanced class.
Yeah, Erica Banks.
Yeah.
Oh, you're Erica Banks. Oh, good. You guys are making me so happy. Hold on a second. What was I going to check? I forgot now that I was asking about the newbies.
So what is it with this holy water? What you got to do with the holy water?
Okay, so in the advanced class, that's how I got to this point. We decided that we would talk to our water. So if you want to lose weight, talk to your water. Pray over your water. Breathe into your water. Because the water is alive. And because the water is alive, you're drinking live organisms. What do you want the water to do? Do you want the water to flush your kidneys? Tell the water. Please flush my kidneys. Please bring water to all my cells. Please hydrate me. Right?
Right.
So we all said we were going to use it as a trick and see who lost the most weight at the end of the class. I don't think we've ever done it. But holy water is a man that prays over the water.
Okay.
Period. You are the I am. You are the very I am a pastor is. You have the God in you.
Mm-hmm.
So, when you want something, pray over the water. It becomes holy water. Not your version of holy water. It just becomes holy water.
Okay.
Period. Because you are the I am. The God in you. And then throw that shit around.
Definitely.
Get some mist and just mist the room. But remember, your intentions cannot be evil. It's a living organism water. So if you're trying to clear the energy, clear the energy. If you want people not to have bad attitudes on a daily basis, like some people go to work and everybody's miserable, offer happiness. Please let people be happy as I miss the office. Please let me be happy. Somebody said they do it for their own cubicle. Please let me be protected. Please let me be happy. Please let me be rejuvenated to do my job the full 8 hours.
Can I say, please let me be a money magnet?
You can.
That too.
You can. And any protections that you need, just bring your stones. Put your stones around you. Most black stones are protective stones.
So I don't know much about stones, so maybe we can discuss that after this class is over.
Yes, because it's really important. It's really important that Uranus and Taurus is about raw materials. So semi-precious stones are on the rise. And what could be done with it, we'll figure that out. What if we decide that it might be better to build homes with semi-precious stones in it? Sounds silly? Not with Uranus and Taurus. They're innovators. All right? So, Taurus is feminine, Taurus is slow. Taurus thinks and thinks and thinks. Taurus likes peace. Do any of you a Taurus? Taurus moon, Taurus rising.
Sun sign.
Sun sign is Taurus. Yes, you like it to be easy breezy. You like different essence of what beauty means to you, but it's about beauty. It's about loving things in the world. It's about being practical. That's Taurus energy. Awakening the feminine energy. Like you are ultimate female. But so are the men. Don't get it twisted. I've never not met a Taurus male that acted masculine but loved to cook.
Yeah, that's my husband.
Right?
That's my husband.
See? Yes.
As soon as he told me, "Oh, my family don't." I was like, "Okay, that means you're the cook in the family.
Yeah.
I'm not cooking anymore. That means you need to learn how to make rice properly." Then.
Yes. Tauruses will get hit very, very hard. Very hard. Fixed signs, any fixed signs, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, gets hit second. And the reason why that is because Tauruses are stubborn. So if Tauruses believe that you can only cook with lime, and that's the only way they've done it for the past 15 years, lime is going to dry up. And you're going to have to figure out another way to cook something. That's just an example. Limes won't dry it. Well, they could dry up. But it's just an example.
Right.
Where Uranus forces you to change, because what if loving limes ultimately will give you a disease? Uranus is saying, we got to shake you up. You can't do limes for the rest of your life. I got to give you something else. And you're going to figure it out, because I'm not even going to help you. I'm just going to take it away. I didn't say I would give you a solution. I said the way you're operating is not working for me, Uranus, who's spontaneous and quick and expressive and loud and colorful. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I don't need all this drama. No, I'm a very practical, easygoing person. And if I create drama, it's going to be a moment in time. I'm going to go back to my peace. Usually their peace is their home. Tauruses. But Uranus walks in and punches you in the face. And you're like, wait, did I deserve that? And Uranus goes, oh yes, I need better from you. And they won't stop for 6 years, kicking you in your ass until you're like, 6 years ago I used to be this. Now I'm this. And I like myself. At the end, the struggle is like fierce, but in the end, it's like, well, I love myself now. I didn't even realize who I was before. So, Uranus is the third most outer planet, and you're going to hear this a lot when you do your astrology. When Aries was here, astrology was big. When Uranus was in Aries. Everybody wants to know their sun, their moon, their rising. They want to know about that chart. Talk about me. Remember, Aries are fire signs, so they're self-absorbed. Talk about me. Let me know about my astrology, right? Uranus is the third most planet. Pluto's first, Neptune is second, then it's Uranus. It's generational, which is why we've got this big, long 6-year thing going on. You can look at what Uranus is doing in your sign, or what planets you have in the sign in the house of Taurus, which is the 5th house. You can look at that to see how it's going to affect you personally, because all of us will get affected personally. Taurus is such a stubborn sign that there's many components of us that don't know that change is mandated. And that's why all of us, not everybody got affected with Aries, in Uranus and Aries. Some people got the memo. I should be starting something different, going back to school, blah, 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 blah. Not everybody did it, but Taurus, Uranus and Taurus, everyone has to change. All right. Uranus is the age of enlightenment. It is, do you see the divinity? Do you see the larger picture? It is in all of us. It's energy from the sky. It's thunder. It's your thought on the future. It's spaceology. All right? It's dramatic changes that then creates proper structure. It's how America began. America began under Uranus and Taurus. World War II began under Uranus and Taurus. So, do you think a war is coming? Of some type? Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. But I would be interested because Uranus is about technology. So I would be interested in knowing, like, we're not going to be able to do the wars from the past, remember? Uranus isn't down for that. I'm not down for that. I'm not down for the old stuff. So Uranus is going to fight with what? Drones?
Oh, right.
Chemical.
That makes sense.
Yeah, germ warfare.
Right.
Germ warfare, chemical warfare. That's Uranus and Taurus. Now, these are bad things, but that doesn't matter. Uranus sees the genius in something or someone. And that gives the ability to use germ warfare, drones, chemical warfare, even if it's used for the bad. Ultimately, it's structurally good, even if that doesn't make sense to you. Used for the bad, right? You get it. Used for the bad. Ultimately, we can use it for good, like stem cells. Stem cell research, if nobody puts any more blocks on it, stem cells are going to recreate and clone you all. Stem cells is miracle. But how do we get it? Don't we get it from a baby's embryo?
Umbilical cord.
Umbilical cord? Do we have to kill babies for that to happen? Every time a mother loses a baby, does anybody ask where that baby goes?
No.
Very few people even take the baby home. There must be something in the documentation every time you're signing something that says, I allow the hospital to dispose of the baby. That means send it off to research. With that discovery came stem cells, and now we know when people have a meniscus tear that is not repairable by your own body, stem cells can create the meniscus tear. Stem cells can create your own liver again, your own kidney, like all the research that we have not heard of yet, but will be coming out in the next 6 years. All of that is Uranus and Taurus.
I was at my physical therapy,
Uh-huh.
and the doctor was saying that they are working on changing your DNA. So if you have any medical issues, they're going to go in and take out the DNA that's the problem and enter and put in new DNA. I said, oh, that sounds kind of creepy.
It could be creepy, but some of us suffer from sickle cell.
Yeah. Yeah, I learned that in my eugenics class.
What did you learn?
That that's I had wrote my paper on designer babies, and that's how they was going to be able to do that, was go in while the baby is in utero and be able to change. If they see that the baby is going to be a Down syndrome baby, they could go in there and change the DNA so the baby could come out perfect.
Yes.
Like if you wanted a black baby with blue eyes, they can go in and while the child is in utero, they can change that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's why 23andMe is collecting data on people's DNA. They're looking to see what the issues are in the world. That's going to be used for technology, Uranus and Taurus. for the greater good? Supposedly. Hi, Nadia. But ultimately, I read a book once. I shouldn't even mention this book, but I think it was Patterson. James Patterson. I think it was one of his books. Yeah, I think it was one of his books when I used to read. Oh my God, I don't read anymore. But I am reading. Oh, damn it. What is the name of that? I'm the worst teacher.
Are you talking about Henrietta Lacks?
Yes, I finally got that book. Oh, it's so fascinating. Yeah, did you get it?
Yeah, I got it here somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah, now, I got it.
You want to know a story? Henrietta Lacks, who wound up with cancer, and somehow or another, in the process of figuring out her cancer in a racist community, you know, she had to go in through the back door. She can only be seen where black folks can be seen. Yeah, I got that.
The Helix DNA, right?
Huh?
The Helix Project. It was the Helix Project, right?
That was one of the names. Yes, Helix. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And to this day, her blood still grows and changes technology like you can't even imagine. I'm in the process of reading the book right now. Did you start reading it, Callie?
I haven't. I haven't started reading it. Because I thought we was going to do it for book club.
Oh, we can do it? That's a good one. It's a long one, but we can definitely do it. After the advanced class, for those of you that are new, we do a book club. Because some of us just don't want to stop this. So we just keep the meeting going, and we find different reasons to keep the meeting going. The first time we read Embraced by the Light by Betty Eadie, which really did change my life 20 years ago, and it really helped me to not be so upset when things happen, when a baby's born with a heart defect, when a baby born dies at newborn, when someone gets killed. Like it allows me to understand that we came into this world to operate a certain way, to go this way. None of it is good, but it is God's bigger plan. And we have to look at God's bigger plan, but most of us stay stuck with the visual of what's in front of us. Like I had to stop ABC Channel 7 from emailing me because they only give me bad news.
Oh yeah, it's like that though.
I can't live that. Like every email is father lost his daughter, man jumps off of a bridge, fire at the White House.
Yes.
I can't live this way. So I was like, because I was trying to win a $10,000. See, so my I was like, my name's gonna be called, so I'm gonna be, but what I'm getting in return, trying to get the $10,000, it's killing my spirit. So I have to say, screw the $10,000. It's not worth it for you all to keep insulting me with how bad the world is. I know it. I don't need to read about it every day. But in any case, we could do Henrietta Lacks for the book club if you guys want to invest in getting the book. It'll be fascinating. And we could learn together. The next series of classes aren't going to start till October anyway. So it'll just get us through.
Is it going to be a more advanced, like an advanced class?
No. It'll be the constant class. Like, the book club is constant. It's not like...
No, I'm talking about, like, your next round of classes.
I would think so. I would think we have to explore higher levels of spirituality. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's never ending. So we gotta keep going to the next level.
Okay.
What I said I wouldn't do this time is have the two classes back to back. I think I need to do advanced by itself, beginners by itself. Right now I have it back to back, thinking I could handle it. It's not fair. I've come to realize.
Everything is trial and error.
It is trial and error. So, and I'm okay with, like, at least I could recognize that it's too much to do and still do readings and nurture people and go line dancing on Wednesdays. I gotta take care of myself too.
Yeah. Now, could that be considered a Uranus or Taurus?
What's that?
The situation that you just said, like having your back-to-back classes and still trying to have a life and trying to juggle everything, but you realize that you can't, so you're making the adjustment.
Well, the only reason why I would say yes is because I've had a series of these.
Okay.
So there was a time when I thought I needed to take care of my son and his wife. They were killing me. And so when I went to Washington, everybody was like, oh, aren't you going to be sad? Because they know how much I love them with such passion. I'd rather just tattoo them to my body or maybe follow them to Washington. And people were very surprised. And I was like, fuck them. They need to go. And I meant it.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Right?
That doesn't surprise me at all.
Why?
Push your space. That wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yes.
Nope.
Mm-hmm. And I love them, but I was like, please. I didn't say it to them, but everyone that asks, I was like, nope. They need to go. They need to invent.
Because you're a Leo. I wouldn't expect that. You're a Leo.
Yeah, but remember, Leos are also family.
No, family orientated.
Huh?
But she's the queen. She wants stuff her way. She likes, nope.
Yeah.
I get
And
it.
so I've had these series of like releasing people for their own good and for me to get me back. And one of my she's turning into a best friend actually. I did it with my sister. You guys have no idea. I cussed my sister out the other day. I said, you are blessed. You get everything that you want. You got 2 1-to-1s on 3 different goddamn shifts. And you keep complaining.
That's a lot.
Oh, you have no idea. Thank you for recognizing that. That's a lot. Do you know what it took for me to fight for her to get these services? It took hell and damnation. For me to fight all the authorities. It was hell and damnation to bring her to California, and then hell and damnation to make sure people treated her well.
Right.
And
you went through a lot.
And having people figure out what she needed. She needed a lot of support because she's always been abused all her life. She's a tall, chocolate woman that's not necessarily pretty. She has a beautiful spirit, but people tend to treat her bad. She's gotten abused like you have no idea. And so she's always in fighting mode, always.
Right.
So I'm just starting to get her to recognize you're safe. Like I literally have to say it. You're safe. You're safe. Say it with me. You're safe. My point to you is I finally said to her, I'm done with you too. If you leave this house with all these services, I will not follow you around California. You are on your own. And I had a conversation with God, and I said, God, if she leaves, I know it means she's going to die. I'm okay with that.
You're at that point.
I had to make a decision, but I did give her an opportunity to fix herself. I was like, it's you. It's about you.
She may just snap out of it and kind of see that, wow, this is really good. I'm going to listen.
Yes. So I had to pull away from her because she's always like, to her 1-to-1s, 2-to-1, she's always like, well, my sister, because she knows I will come in and I will kick ass, and I do make change happen. I do. But what is you now? You got everything you need. My point to you is, so I got rid of my son. I stopped dealing with my sister, meaning she has to have the right dependency on her 2-to-1s.
Right.
There was something else she mentioned, 3 major things I got rid of. And then I took in a roommate. And was not happy about the roommate. And my friend was like, you got rid of this, that, and that, and you took in a stranger.
Oh, you had the cat.
No, it was a human being.
No, I said before that you had a cat.
Yeah, then the cat came in, and I was like, God, I'm feeding this cat. It's just cold out here. This cat can't stay. Got rid of the cat. And what's left is that little munction. She won't die. I think she's like...
She's cute.
She's 15 and getting younger. One of my church members saw the dog and they were like, is she getting younger? And I was like, please, yes. I don't know what's happening. It's my punishment.
She used a glamour spell.
Huh?
She used a glamour spell.
Or drank some of the oils around this house. Oh my God. And it's like it worked on her. You could see her body like not responding the way it used to, and then it's just back. Okay. In any case, I don't know how we got there. So Uranus.
That's your Uranus and Taurus.
Oh yes.
Right.
Uranus is about learning and growing together collectively. It's electrifying. It is the activist. Hello,
Okay.
abortion activists. This is the era. It is the activist. So we're right on time with Uranus. Fight.
Wow, okay.
Fight, people, fight. Uranus is happy. Uranus is like, y'all better fight because they're messing with your bodies. But interesting enough, Taurus is feminine. So it's about the female. And it's about men telling females what to do with their bodies during a period where you're allowed to fight. Who the fuck do you think is going to win this? Women will win this. But you gotta fight. You gotta support. I'll say it again. I'll say it twice. We gotta support white women. It's not about minority women. They don't give a shit about us. Legislatively. They're talking to their own women. It's about control that they've always had over white women. Women just fell into the order. Does that make sense?
Like a catch-all?
We just fell in. Remember who ruled the country? White men ruled the country. So these orders were for their white women, not for minorities of any kind. They know they can trick us. Do you understand the difference?
They've been doing it for centuries.
Right. But because the communication is for their kind, their white women. So we have to fight. You all think you're fighting as women. You're not. You're fighting and helping white women. And
No, I get it.
And then it becomes a female issue. Now, I don't expect you to go out there and say that. Let me say it. Because I'm like Uranus. I'm shaking it up. I'm like, white women, wake up. Do you know what I mean? I even said in one of my videos, I said, when you go to vote for Trump, if he happens to still be here, no prediction at this moment. If he happens to still be here, you tell your men, baby, how we voting? You vote Trump, I'm voting Trump, we both voting Trump, we gonna be happy. And then white women go into the booth and vote the opposite. And then come out and say, we voted for Trump. Woohoo! When it falls apart, you just got to be like, I don't know what happened. I guess minorities really did do, do you understand? Trump got in because collectively, we can't let abortion do the same thing. Now, I don't care who believes in abortion. I don't care who doesn't believe in abortion. Uranus is a fighter. And so the fight for abortion is what Uranus is all about. Who's going to win? I don't know. I'm just giving you how you can win. I'm not saying you're going to win. All I can tell you is that being an activist for something is what this planet stands for. And look, it's early on. It just came in March. And the first thing on the table, two things came out of Uranus coming into Taurus, Notre Dame burnt down. They claim they're going to rebuild it with other people's money. Good luck with that. Because Uranus is not down for that. Good luck. With all their Brexit, they can't get that straight, but somehow or another they can borrow X amount of $1 million to rebuild Notre Dame. That makes no sense to me, but I'm not over there. And that's religion. Uranus is not down for religion. That was the first thing that happened. Second thing that happened was abortion rights are being compromised, at the very least in America. But remember, this is generational issues. So the world will get compromised. Women will be stronger and the better. You know what I wanted to see? Even with stocks, you know how the bull represents Wall Street, represents, running that industry. The bull is running that industry. And they put a little girl in front of the bull.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's still there. That is so symbolic of feminine energy, where even a bull is going to go, I'm just going to run around you. I'm not going to run you over. I'm going to try another way to get there.
That is a good example.
Because the little girl was like,
Yeah. Their little determined face.
Little determined, the beginning of change, in terms of height and stature, the beginning of change. But what is most important, you see the woman in her. The feminine power that we are all about. Feminine power, feminine strength. Uranus is about picking apart geniuses. That's why you're going to find some odd things like, how they can manipulate the DNA and that. There's those geniuses. Uranus loves that. I'm not saying it's going to be okay in the long run, because geniuses are crazy.
Yes.
But it goes from new invention to crazy to then regulations. All right? But it's more than anything, it's about awakening. So, Taurus is about the earth and earthly resources, new technology in everything. DNA restructuring, space technology, in everything. You're going to keep saying, wow, they could do that now? Like you said, Annette, at the doctor's. What? Y'all are going to be saying that about everything. What? What's the... Okay, so this is the third thing that happened with Uranus and Taurus. These pilots are now starting to openly admit that the UFOs are there. Finally. Because the government wouldn't always let them, but now they're like, no, I want to tell people they're here, I've seen them, and they don't have the same tools that our planes are using. We don't even know how they can hydrolyze from this to that. Like, they just come, they disappear. So that's the third thing that has come in since Uranus has entered Taurus. Space technology. All right? How we feed people. So manipulation of food is going to be a big deal. And it's already started. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
What, Callie?
Lettuce. Lettuce is I watch some people over in China make lettuce. That's why I already didn't trust lettuce in the beginning.
What?
Because it's too easy to get bacteria. But they make lettuce from a factory. It's a way to make it. They also do eggs. They put all the eggs in one big old thing. They call it plastic eggs. So one way to find out if you have a plastic egg is when you cook it, if it doesn't act like a regular egg. Like it looked like it's plastic, like melting. Like real shiny or something like that.
Yeah.
And so they're now I just saw somewhere where they actually, it's like gel shrimp, like shrimp, the shrimp that people eat. I can't eat the stuff anyway. It's not. Some of it is not really shrimp that comes from the sea.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot of stuff that's being modified and stuff like that. So it's pork. It's a lot of stuff because it's. Have you guys noticed that it's a lot of recalls all of a sudden on lettuce, beef, and pork and chicken?
Yeah.
It's a lot of recalls.
Well,
like every time you turn around, it's a recall.
Well, when you have, what is it? Farmed salmon.
Mm-hmm.
That's fake salmon. It's actually gray. They put color and dye to it. Because it's not salmon out the sea.
Yeah, because I'm having that problem with catfish.
What?
Keep talking, because the more you talk, the less I'm going to eat, and I'll start losing weight.
What? What's up with catfish?
We went to a fish place that we normally go to, and they had two types of catfish. They had like regular catfish and it said Asian catfish. So I pointed it out to my mother, and I said, "So do you want regular catfish or do you want Asian?" Because I had stopped eating there for a minute because it didn't taste right. It just didn't. It didn't taste right. It didn't feel like catfish.
Yeah.
Not when I ate it.
Yeah.
So she never noticed that it was two different catfish on the menu. And I said, no. I'm like, that's why you read. So I said, look, it's two different. So she made them show her. And I said, Ma, they going to look the same. They're going to look the same. It's just that one is Asian and one is allegedly American catfish, the catfish that we normally eat. And I was just like, you're not going to tell the difference because they're going to show you a catfish.
Right.
Catfish. You ain't going to know the difference until you taste it.
Right.
So now she's up in arms about it, and I'm looking like now all of a sudden we're seeing Asian catfish on the menu and regular catfish.
So what's the bad one? The American catfish?
Well, we don't know anything about Asian catfish. So we sit up here like I had to Google it. And I was just
so wait a second. Catfish are only bred in certain regions anyway.
Yeah.
So,
they're bottom feeders.
Yeah, they bottom feeders.
Yeah. So are there such thing as Asian catfish?
Yeah, it's called acai or something like that. Just Google Asian catfish.
I'm doing it right now.
It started with an S. I couldn't pronounce it, and I don't have a menu in front of me.
It says
But you know
Go ahead.
that recipe,
Is it Swahi?
Yeah, that.
Swahi?
SWAI or something like that.
that's
Swahi. Swahi.
Oh, well, I didn't know that was
They call
Asian.
it Asian catfish.
I didn't know
So
that
they
was
sell
Asian.
it a lot at Walmart. Swahi.
Yes. Swahi.
I sell a lot in there.
Wait.
So I knew it was a catfish. I was like, that's not catfish.
First of all, that's not even fish, to be honest with you. It's manufactured fish.
Yeah, so that's why I was just like, I don't think we can eat.
I won't eat Swahi.
Yeah, 'cause I remember somebody saying something about that. My husband told me that the fish that everyone is in love with right now is tilapia.
Tilapia is fake.
Yeah, he was like, look, literally, it's in something. It's like an aquarium, and they have chickens walking across the top of it. Tilapia is just eating shit. That's what they feed is chicken shit.
they also in China they feed them human shit. They don't just.
I'm sorry.
In China they feed them human shit.
Yeah. So whoever's eating tilapia, y'all need to stop.
Well, my brother told me about that video where they're just dumping buckets of human shit.
Yeah.
And the fish are eating it. My brother told me about that.
All right, I'm done. I'm no more fish.
Tilapia.
I don't want fish.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, look, farm-raised catfish I could deal with because it's a bottom feeder. So I'm like, okay, I could deal with that.
Over here in California, we're not big.
They bottom feeders. They eat off the food.
Well, bottom feeders aren't bad because that's what shrimp does.
They're eating off the bottom of the floor of the ocean, pretty much.
But that's what
But they're not the ones that's eating the food.
No, that's tilapia.
Oh, tilapia is the only fish that eats poop.
That I know of. Oh, that's the only one I heard of. But I'm pretty sure all fish do it, but they primarily feed them shit.
Catfish will eat another fish.
Yeah.
Okay, so catfish.
They will eat. Okay, a catfish will eat another fish, which will lead to it eating anything too.
Yeah.
My suggestion to all you ladies is no seafood at all.
What? No crab?
None.
I can't even. I'm allergic to shellfish, so I can't eat half the stuff.
None.
Oh my
None,
God! What am I gonna do about my crab imperial?
Because the shrimp are being manufactured, the crabs are being manufactured. Now, unless you know someone that's actually going and a local fisherman that's catching your fish and bringing it to you, I would not eat it.
Yeah.
That's why we all messed up the way we are, because what we're being eaten and fed, everything is modified.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you got food that has no seeds in it. When you see a watermelon that ain't got no seeds?
Yeah, how did it get here?
How you get grapes with no seeds? Wait a minute, how about this? How does Mother Nature make cotton candy grapes?
They're really good. I've had them before I recognized I should not be eating them. I know. I figured it out, but after I ate them.
Yeah, I keep looking at it. I want to eat it, but I'm like this. No, that's not right. Yeah, but I mean, you got so much fruit and vegetables that have no seeds in it.
But here's what Uranus is going to say about that, though. Uranus is going to say that modified food can be it's not okay, but it can feed the homeless.
Yeah.
That's what Uranus says, that there's good that can come out of it.
Uh-huh.
I'm not saying it's okay. I'm saying it's going to get bigger modified food.
Okay, I see that.
I would say because we're sensitive souls, and we are, all of us that are in this class, we're sensitive souls. So we're starting to respond to some of the foods that we're eating. And so Nadia is very, very right when she says, you all might want to give up fish. My doctor has said to me, and it's not working out well, but it's staying in my head to be more plant-based.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Yes.
Period.
I hear you, but I live in Louisiana.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Getting fish. Tilapia, I don't like tilapia, period. I've never really thought of trying swice. I grew up catfish and all that. I eat catfish.
But you're in a...
You might get it fresh.
You're local, though.
You're in a fish region.
It's around
You're in a
me.
region where fish is around you. Right.
Where I'm
so
at, where I live, the choices are catfish, tilapia, swahi, and salmon, and they're all farmed. They're all farmed. So I already know if it's farmed, I won't eat it. I won't.
Right.
If it says from the Atlantic Ocean, I'll take it. But they always price it higher because they want you to eat the farm food.
Yeah.
And when they say farm, that's a trick on words. It's a trick on words. It's not from the farm. It's a way of organizing that type of farming of fish. When we hear farm, we think, oh, okay, it has to be good, right? It has to be organic. The worst word to be used for...
farms, they can feed it Campbell and Lord knows what else. But if they get it from the Gulf or what have you, I know it's worms in the bottom, so I'm okay with that. But our farms aren't as bad as the Chinese farms with them throwing buckets of human waste.
Well, I just read that some of the Asian fish, like you were talking about, there was an E. coli issue that the FDA had to get involved, most likely because of what you guys are saying, which is they're eating shit. And also remember, some countries don't like America.
Yep.
Period. So sometimes whatever they're farming, they're so upset with us. They're like, give them shit. Who cares? Feed them shit.
Yeah.
They don't like us.
And then Tracy, you said the one word that kind of hurts me a little: organic. Stuff that's labeled organic really isn't organic.
It's not organic.
I heard the trick that if you, on the label,
who has their mic on? Everybody turn their mic off except Callie. So go ahead.
It's a number. If you look at the label, and if it has a number 8 or number 9, it's more likely to be organic.
Yeah, it's that extra number. Organic. I've seen that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, bananas aren't safe anymore if we're going to talk about food. If you cut a banana and you see dark spots inside the banana, it's not made well. It's chemically made.
Oh, God.
Don't eat it.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
They're
yes.
going to kill me.
Oh, yes.
Between the damn bananas and making pineapples entirely too freaking small. It's going to kill me. I've never seen a baby pineapple in my life. Now they're selling them.
What? Well, wouldn't that mean they just picked it early?
About this big.
But wouldn't that mean they picked it early or at an early stage?
It gotta be, or I'm like, I can't trust that. That thing ain't sweet.
Oh, no. It must be a modified version. It must be a modified version.
I'm like, how can you make a pineapple this big?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, it could fit in, like, literally, I got small hands. It could fit in the palm of my hand.
That is ridiculous. That's scary.
I was like, y'all better just stay away from that thing.
Yes.
I tell people in the grocery store, don't.
So I had a list here because I wanted to tell you all. Let me just see. I might have put it in the back of the book here. Rice and grain are going to be modified. I know rice already is modified from the Asian world. It's made out of plastic. And they sell it. Yes.
Yeah, that's why we don't eat Uncle Ben and that rice and roni stuff and
what?
Knorr, Knorr.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, we stopped eating all of that because it's plastic rice.
Yes.
Yeah, brown rice is safe though. Brown rice.
Brown rice is still safe.
Brown rice is safe, and I'm gonna tell you where I get all of my stuff from. I've been getting it from the Muslim nation.
Yeah.
Oh.
They know what it is.
They send me all my flour, all my grains, and things like that, and I locally source all my meats because I don't eat pork. I don't touch pork. I hardly eat red meat. I don't eat seafood, and I rarely eat chicken now.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it's not in my area local,
yes.
I will not eat it.
Yes. Talking about chicken, there's no such thing as boneless chicken.
No.
Try not to eat boneless wings. It's not real meat.
Oh, God.
Sorry, guys.
I know.
And they spice it up. They're like barbecue, boneless chicken, so that way you're tasting the barbecue, not the fact that you're not eating chicken. Chickens have bones attached to it. Stop eating boneless. I know Denny's has a boneless, and it looks so good. And I'm like, I can't. I won't eat it. Because we're sensitive people, so we are going to have to figure out that what they're feeding us isn't working for us, metaphysical people, intuitive people. And we're going to have to fight to eat better. All right?
Your stomach will tell you.
Honey,
your stomach will tell you.
Your stomach, and I get different reactions. Like my neck turns black when I eat the wrong products. I blow up like a football player. I like this. Or my boobs go out. Whenever you see me and my boobs are out to ear.
I get it.
I ate something that's chemically not okay with me.
Maybe that's why I'm having nightmares after eating pork.
Maybe. Honey, honey will get modified. I think it's already modified. If you purchase honey from the dollar store, you are not eating honey.
That's not honey. The one in the little bear jar, that's not honey.
It's not honey. Olive oil from the dollar store is not olive.
Just don't buy no food from the dollar store. Or toothpaste.
Or toothpaste?
Or toothpaste. My husband told me that like years ago when dollar stores started becoming popular. He said don't buy no food and no toothpaste. Anything that go in your mouth, don't buy it at the dollar store.
What? I know Monica's over there going to everything.
Everything y'all saying, I eat.
Yep.
Look, they starting to sell meat at the dollar store. Like ground beef.
No, chicken. They sell chicken at my Dollar Tree.
Yeah.
For $1. For $1.
I'm like, seriously?
Mm-hmm.
Something's not right.
Minerals are gonna raise up. Metal's gonna be a big thing. So if you guys want to invest in something, do not invest in cryptocurrency. Invest in metal. All right, minerals, metal, crude oil, stones, and gemstones. These are all the things that's going to get utilized, good or bad. Doesn't matter to me. This is what Uranus is going to do.
Well, that's why Trump wanted the fence. Remember, he was talking about building a fence out of metal.
So so we should open up stock with metal companies with metal. I don't know how to do that kind of stuff, but metal is where you're going to get your money, not cryptocurrency, because people are going to be like, you should invest in cryptocurrency. Don't do it.
I almost got into that.
Don't do it.
I didn't.
Because we don't know where cryptocurrency is going to land. We don't know. We know cryptocurrency is a big thing. We don't know where it's going to get dissected and which part of cryptocurrency is going to last. What I can tell you...
Is it regulated?
It's not regulated because no one knows what to do yet. But what I can tell you is that we will no longer have paper money.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why when Trump said, let's put Harriet Tubman on the bill in 2028, Uranus and Taurus ends in 2026. There won't be any paper money by that time. So then they're going to be able to say it's a waste to put her face on the $20 bill.
They already scrapped it.
Well, wait a second. No. They're fighting it.
Okay.
And again, that's where activism, like, you have to be like, no, I demand it. I must see it. And the reason why you should fight it is because it's female energy. He does not want to deal with the female. You think it's a black thing? No, it's a female thing. If it were a white woman, he would have just said it quicker. It's feminine energy. He's not going to sign anything that says a woman can replace Jackson. You see what's happening? The mail order.
It should replace Jackson because Jackson wasn't down for paper money anyway.
Interesting. Wow.
He wanted to keep coin currency.
Oh, interesting.
So I found it kind of weird that they put him on the $20 bill because he would not go for that.
Well, here's the thing. We won't be dealing with paper money. We will be dealing with e-coins. Again, this is nothing new. I don't know where cryptocurrency is going to land. I'm going to tell you, you're going to be able to pay with your taxi like we do Ubers now. With pressing a button, the guy will get his money. You'll get it deducted from your bank account, which is not going to survive either.
Everything's going to be cash out.
Basically. But I don't know how that looks like in terms of like I don't know what this means in terms of like when you get your paycheck goes where, but I don't know, but you can rest assured banking dissolves.
Tracy.
Yeah.
So eCoins is going to make going to the casino very boring.
It's boring now. Have you seen it? You just press a button.
You can't use the arm anymore.
I like this.
You can use the arm, but it's yeah.
But it's the button.
Just like, except for penny slots and nickel slots, which is what I do. I haven't been in a while.
Yeah, but it's already boring. You don't have to work to do anything. You put in your card from the hotel. You put money on a card. You put in your credit. Like, there's no work involved. In fact, they like it better when you could just put in your card. It actually makes you feed the machine more. Because psychologically, if we walked around with cash, you would be like, well, that's it. This way, you're like, well, I do have my savings. I can transfer my money into my checking, and I can use some. Like, they gonna get you.
The casino hate us because we only come with a set amount of money, and then once that's gone, we gone.
Yeah, they're watching you on cameras, and they're like, "This is the cheap bunch." Make sure that machine does not pay out. I think they have a way of paying out those machines, by the way.
Yeah, I figured it out once.
Did you?
Yeah, when I went to I used to go to Central Michigan University, and they had just built Soaring Eagle, but they had a smaller one where it was all the slots. And so me and my friend went there between 1 and 3 o'clock in the morning. I had just got done pledging, so we would go to the casino. And we would hit every night. Between 1 and 3 o'clock in the morning, we would hit guaranteed.
What?
We would hit every night.
Interesting.
We figured out a system and we would hit every night.
Interesting. And that's when there's less people there.
No, it was still a lot of people there.
Oh, okay.
Because it was like an Indian reservation up there. So that's what Soaring Eagle is built on, is an Indian reservation.
Yeah.
And they bought it. The people bought it. But it was still people there. But for whatever reason, we just figured out a system. We were just like, okay, we're going to hit these certain machines between 1 and 3 o'clock in the morning and leave. And so the most people win is $60 a night and just leave.
Right.
I'm like, for a college student, we like, okay, we hit big. Let's go. We can eat for the week.
Right. So let me tell you, fashion is going to change. We're going to be wearing weird spacesuits.
We're going to be wearing Kanye stuff.
Kanye is actually a genius. He's ahead of the game. Yeah. We're going to be wearing weird spacesuits, and fabric is going to change so that more space-looking fabrics will be breathable, so that you could be warmer and you could wear something, not feel the cold, wear something, not feel the heat. But in order for that to occur, then the look has to change. We'll be wearing spacesuits. I hope I'm dead by then. I'm kidding, God. I'm kidding. Who wants to walk around with spacesuits? So fashion, there's going to be a big shift in fashion. Huge. All right? There's going to be a big shift in automotive. Much more electric based cars. Much more. Right now.
Do I get my flying cars?
Huh?
Do I get my Jetson mobile?
I don't think it's going to hit just yet. But I think it's the beginning of change. You know what I mean? Like somebody is working on that.
Yeah. Tracy, I have a question.
Because we have the carless drivers now, right?
Yeah.
It'll be a second before they can be flying. So somebody's working on it. I don't think it's going to hit in the next 6 years. Go ahead. Sorry.
Is this kind of upheaval kind of thing likely to be something like a survivalist kind of setup where we'll need to barter, or it's not gonna,
in like a transition period.
Well, let's say this.
Like with the bank.
Well, but let's say this. How different is everything between now and let's go back to the 1700s?
Hugely different.
Hugely different. Hugely. And that wasn't that far away. So there were no such thing as tampons. Women had to wear skirts. They couldn't even wear pants. Everyone had to wear a hat. You know what I mean? Banking was probably just entering the system, you know?
It just, but not to be a survivalist, but to be a survivalist, it kind of sounds like, I don't know, we might need to prep a little. I don't know.
Yes. I think there are going to be surviving circumstances, like also because of Uranus, weather changes.
Right.
Period. So,
I just got flooded.
So if you're in a flood state right now, everything gets realigned. You're probably just going to be in a flood state. Do you understand?
Right.
New York is probably just going to be colder, longer, harsher weather. I did not grow up in harsh weather. But now it's going to be way different for all the East Coast people. Mm-hmm. Look, like we have tornadoes that won't end. This is not tornado season. What is happening?
And they're dropping in New Jersey and Pennsylvania.
Oh, it went as far as Pennsylvania and Jersey. Why?
The government messing with the atmosphere.
But it's also Uranus and Taurus that allows for all this.
Yes.
I think every time I keep talking about something, it feels like Uranus is a bad girl. But it's a rebel.
It could be good or bad.
It could be good in the end. It looks bad right now. I can't imagine going to bed at night, non-tornado season, and waking up with my whole neighbors are gone.
Right.
It doesn't make sense to me. Why am I waking up every morning? Because I purposely wake up to watch Good Morning America. Just to panic.
Right.
Right.
Like what? What is... And you try to connect with God, but I think God is like, it's none of your business. Yeah, this is what I'm doing. You have no idea how all this is going to end.
Well, you just stay over there and sit and watch.
You just do your psychic work. Let me do God.
Let me do my job.
Like, what?
Like, okay.
But everything is getting restructured. And I think, personally, the reason why everything's being restructured is because we have been mean human beings. Across the world. We have been horrible people. When was this not going to come back on us? Seriously.
I think it's something like people at the haves have been so bad to the have-nots. So where God is like, okay, I'm going to force you to do right.
Yep. The ice is melting in that part of the region. It will not freeze up anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's some global shit that's going down that's just going to get worse.
Mm-hmm.
If the ice is melting, do you honestly believe it's not going to affect us? What's that thing with Ashton Kutcher? If a butterfly flies, the butterfly effect, does it not affect us? Did you know that if we got rid of bees, which is what was happening, I think, in Jerusalem, they were losing their bees, which meant they were losing their ecosystem. They had to bring bees, import bees, teach them to live in a new land, thrive for the system to go back to normal. Bees.
Wow.
Because we, as human beings, were killing the bees, even in Jerusalem. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Uranus is correcting a lot. So, be afraid. Don't be so afraid that you don't live, because in the end, we just happen to be the group that's going through it. My generation of grandkids are going to be like, really? There used to be a state called Utah? Really? Wow. And what happened to Utah? Just went on. We've heard of the stories. What is it? Which is the one that wound up underwater?
Atlantis.
Atlantis. We've heard of our own stories. We can't imagine or fathom how that could have happened. Now, can you kind of see it happening? Where a whole town can just disappear now? Man, is that crazy. Okay. So fashion is going to change. Beauty is going to change, which can be a good thing. Because remember, a lot of this is already happening. What you think is beautiful in terms of the stick figure back in the 70s, you know, emaciated looking, like big plump girls are going to be beautiful. You know, the measure of beauty is going to change. When I said my sister was not the most beautiful person, I mean that. But man, if you have a conversation with her, you are blessed. She emanates beauty. You know what I mean?
Yeah, her spirit.
Her spirit, yes. And she loves to dress up and she loves to get her hair fixed because she understands outwardly beauty. She gets it. There's going to be advances around hearing technology, voice technology, eyes. Who said you can get a black person to have blue eyes? All of that is Uranus. Hearing aids won't look the way they look now. There'll be little microscopic things that you could just put in and never see. Or permanent stuff inside the ear. Oh, yes. And tattoos are going to be used for beauty. I don't know what that means.
That's gonna be another excuse for me to get my next one.
I'm ready for a tattoo. I'm ready for a tattoo too. But it's going to be used in a form of beauty now. What that means?
Like henna. Like permanent henna.
Yeah, but we're doing it now anyway. Tattooing our eyebrows. Some, like, not dyeing it, like permanently tattooing. Yes.
Okay, I get it.
Permanently tattooing your eyelid. Permanently putting eyelashes on. So the tattoo is going to be big in the beauty industry. But remember, not everybody's going to be good for tattooing. I know if I got a permanent eyeliner on my eye, I already know I'm coming out looking like a freak, so I won't do it. I already know it. I'm not a good candidate. So they gonna fuck up my face. I'm gonna just stay this way. Whatever this way is, it's good. So money, banking, currency, electronic, trading is gonna be huge, guys. I don't know what this means, but what's up will not be up. What's down will rise. So I don't know what that means, but expect the unexpected in trading.
And does that mean investments?
It does.
Like investments?
It does, but it means have a really keen eye for the little companies. Like, okay, like I think gemstones are gonna grow. So if there happens to be a gemstone company on the trading floor, I would invest in gemstones.
It's still a metal.
Huh?
It's still a metal.
I think steel is a metal. Remember. Yes.
Okay.
It's raw material, metal. Anything that has to do with raw material, meaning it comes from the earth.
So that's steel, iron.
Yes.
All that stuff.
Yes.
Coal.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Coal might be a little different because there is still, I don't know why God made it so difficult to get coal. Because you got to go in and dig. No, I agree. It's because you have to go to the center of the earth to get the coal.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know if coal is included in that. They might have to replace coal. What they're using coal for, they might have to replace that.
Is okay. Trying to bring coal back?
Are they going to bring coal back into fruition?
Trying to get people to start digging for coal again.
I don't know. Coal, God set it up so that coal is very, very dangerous to get.
Yeah.
All the toxic fumes that's associated with coal, you got to go to the middle of the earth to get it.
Yeah. That coal ash is a bad thing.
Coal ash,
well,
people die from it. Black lung.
Yeah.
If you think about it, most of Trump's support came from West Virginia. West Virginia are coal miners.
Yeah.
So what was he trying to do? Put them all back to work.
But did he?
That's what he's been trying to do.
No.
Because that's what.
No, that's what he said. Did he?
No.
Right.
No.
Also.
No, because then he came up with this metal stuff.
For the wall.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So West Virginia might disappear.
Yeah, he did just enough to get their votes.
That's what I'm saying. West Virginia might be the state that disappears.
Because
they don't have anything else to mine. Well, the only thing they're known for is their coal.
Oh,
what else is there for them?
Well, I would think at one time they had farming there, but I know farming is disappearing too. So if they don't have farming, because remember, he just put this deficit on China. If they don't have farming they don't have coal, you're right. How can... Wait, who was that guy from The Bachelor that turned out to be a drunk? And he came from a ghost town. It was so embarrassing. He came... Chris Coles. Let me see. Chris something. Let me see what state he's from.
I don't pay attention to that show, so I can't remember.
Chris something. Chris from The Bachelor. He just went to jail because he ran.
Remember something like that.
Yeah, he ran over his neighbor. Was in shock. Don't get me wrong. Called the police. But then...
Some hit and run thing he did. Some kind of thing like that.
Then he ran off. He didn't... They would have forgiven him, the dummy. But he was drunk, and that's why he ran off. He didn't want to be seen as a drunk. Chris Soules.
Okay, yeah.
He gets sentenced in August. Where is he from? Let me just see where he's from. From what state? Because he's in one of those farming states that is dying. Like literally the town where you have like groceries and a diner. Nowhere, Iowa. Iowa is also another town that could die off.
So like they're in the, like Gary, Indiana.
Gary, Indiana?
Yeah. That's like a ghost, almost like parts of that is like literally a ghost town.
Yeah.
And is it Dayton, Ohio that we went through? It's someplace in Ohio that's like a ghost town. We were just like, what the hell is this? We thought Detroit was bad. Next thing, I forgot what it was. It looked like the worst part of east side Detroit.
But let me also tell you that world issues and fighting for government, the people fighting the government is going to become much more popular in the next 6 years. People not wanting to follow the law and orders of any government. All those things are just going to happen. So see that as common. Also, see the role in how money plays in your life. All right? Watch your value system when it comes to money. Uranus will break it down. You will wind up with less money, but you will be happier. Are you willing to sell out? A lot of us have jobs where we're like, I just don't want to do it this way anymore. Like, it doesn't work. It doesn't work for the system. It doesn't work for me. Some of us are going to have one of those, like, fuck you moments at the jobs. You're going to be like, I quit. I'm not advising it right now, but you could see a lot of that is what I'm saying. Because people aren't going to identify with the rules and regulations of their own jobs.
I'm already going through that.
Look at prosperity different. Look at your financial reality different. Like for me personally, I was just thinking, I don't know if I could take the city anymore. Like, I think, huh?
Too much stress.
Too much stress. I'm living in a box. You know, I'm Caribbean by nature. I just think I want to go home.
Mm-hmm.
I
can see that.
Right? I just want to be. Yeah, I just want to go home. I want to, because my reality, like, in order to stay here, my financial reality has to meet a certain level. If I went home, it doesn't have to. And I know I would be happy.
And then you could live better.
I'm going to figure out how to live off the sea, how to plant my own carrots. Like, I want to do this now. I'm tired of this world. This part of, not the world, but this part of living.
Have the internet so you still stay connected to everyone.
Exactly. I'm not worried. And then I was thinking where. So I went to a lot of the Caribbean countries last year. Most of them are broke.
Mm-hmm.
They're broke in a very rich land. They're broke, and tourists live off their poverty.
Mm-hmm.
So there are certain things I saw in the Caribbean countries. I'm like, oh, there's going to be an uprise. There's going to be an uproar in some of the Caribbean countries.
It's tourists and hospitality. Tourists and hospitality. Right?
Yes. Like I went to Jamaica, and all the tourists are entitled to enjoy the beach. All of them. The natives has to go on a section that is public.
Oh, no.
But the beach...
That's segregation.
Yeah.
It's segregation! It still exists in Jamaica!
Oh my God, it's horrible.
All I kept saying was, there's going to be an uproar. There's going to be an uproar. Meanwhile, the beach is never ending. The beach doesn't separate itself. The beach, you could see the beach wrap around. Wrap around. But this section is public. Only for the natives.
Ooh, that's bad.
But Tracy, is that kind of similar to like the what the word is, gentrification? Like like in Washington D.C., they have the people moving in around Howard University, and then the new people started walking on the grass on the campus and letting their dogs dispose, right. Campus. And when the people complained about it, they had one guy who was like, well, maybe they should just move to school. Howard University. You can't move Howard University. Came here.
That's terrible.
So it's like, wow.
The way I see it, gentrification is based upon ignorance, right? Mm-hmm. That's the way I see it. So my son was looking for housing at one point 3 years ago. And his corporation said to him, oh my God, we have housing for you. Oh my God. So we will give you a house, give you the money for the house, give you the furniture for the house. I mean, everything. Don't even need to have that good of a credit. We will do everything for you. The trick was it was in Compton.
Ew.
So when they said that, thank God I was there with my son, and I said, okay, Pop, here's what's happening. They're pushing everyone to areas that's comfortable. Do you understand? So since Compton is already black, let's make it more black. They love that. They love blackness. Let's make it more black. And so segregation is based upon ignorance.
Right.
Yeah.
And being able to sell a good story.
What about St. Lucia? What other islands did you look at?
If I'm not mistaken, I went to St. Lucia. Poor, poor, poor.
Oh,
They give you a tour, right? And I purposely went on all the tours. I went to 5 islands. I purposely went on all the tours. When you go up in the hills, poor.
Shanty town bullshit.
Huh?
Like a shanty town, like
yes. It's terrible. Not even proper plumbing. You know what I mean? Or depending upon the rainwater that comes in to get it's a nightmare. Most of the homes are on stilts.
Oh no.
But the touristy places, the hotels were lush and gorgeous.
What about the DR?
I haven't been to the Dominican Republic, but I do watch HGTV.
Mm-hmm.
And you could relocate, don't get me wrong, you could relocate, and there's a way, if you have enough money, you're just safer than the natives. I'm just saying the people that are there are a part of a vast, gorgeous land, and somehow they're convinced to be poor.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
Isn't that like the same with Africa?
Yes. Very much the same.
Everything is connected to Africa.
Yes.
So we get like technology is we think it's coming from China, but it's really coming from Africa. The parts is coming from Africa. Africa is being decimated from its natural. What's the word? Natural resources.
Yeah.
But it's the poorest country.
Yeah. It's presumably poor.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Right.
But for it to have all that natural resources that's being farmed out.
Yeah.
But you got people that's like cold.
Now, I figured if I relocate, I would go to the Virgin Islands. It's still American, and I still get Caribbean, so it's a healthy balance.
Yeah.
You know. And my family is from St. Thomas, St. Croix, St. John, so it would still feel very natural. I had never considered the Virgin Islands because 20 years ago, it was too expensive to live.
Okay.
But it's not expensive anymore. So, in any case, it's sad what's happening. I think we lost Betty, and I hope with all our talk on racism and black and white, I didn't upset her. Let me just see something.
Well, we're all mixed anyway if we're from America. Not to dismiss it, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, no. You know, it's just important. Unfortunately, I think race. It's okay. Listen, that's Uranus and Taurus. Shit is gonna hurt. It's just gonna, that's Uranus and Taurus. Shit is gonna hurt.
Right.
But we've got to get back to a middle ground. Just getting back to the abortion issue. The real abortion issue is that white men do not want the race to turn tan. That's the real issue.
Well, it's tan. It's tan.
I got you.
Mixed
I got you.
They're just producing.
I got you. I got you.
That 7% wants to maintain control as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, they're only 7% of the world's population. That's white.
Exactly.
But these couples, a lot of these girls are having these black babies, and the young black kids, they're not really working. They're staying home and taking care of the babies. That's another aspect of change.
Yep.
The partnerships are
fatherhood.
changing.
Yep. Yep. All right. Of course, we went way past. Let me see if I can get through some of this though. Oh no, I talked about this. 5 senses, futuristic, innovation, raw technology, science. A lot of the things that you see in the science movies are gonna come true. UFOs are here. We will be living with them. Maybe not in 6 years, but I promise you, we will have a colony of UFOs.
I think we already living with them.
We are. Do you know sometimes, especially in New York, remember, so recently the pilots were saying all this stuff was happening in New York, and I was like, I believe it. You know why? Because in New York, you can't tell who's homeless, who's not homeless, who's alien. Sometimes I look at some characters and I'm like, you're not human. I don't say it out loud, but I'm like, I see you. I'm like, I see you. But what am I? How can I say anything? How can I go, are you an alien? Because I know these things. I look like the crazy one as he goes, I am definitely human. Like, no, you're not. No, you're not, as they're pulling me away in a straitjacket. I believe in Men in Black. The first time I saw that movie, Men in Black, like Sixth Sense, I was like, that's real. Men in Black is real.
There's a guy on the show, I think he's in Germany, I think. But it's The Voice in Germany. Mm-hmm. This guy know how to make all these sounds and sing. He does not sound human. So when I listened to it, I said, he's an alien. Because there's no way that could come. That could be a human sound that was coming out of his mouth. He's an alien.
I always thought the guy on the Police Academy movies.
Yeah, Michael.
The black guy.
Yeah, Michael.
Yeah, I always thought he was kind of weird and off.
Well,
because he can make all those sounds. The sounds.
If that's the case, Dougie Fresh is an alien.
Right.
More alien.
Let me
wow, I'm gonna watch that.
Wait, guys. Let me tell you what my theory is then. Because the aliens are going to be coming. They will mix with us. I think the children that are being born in the last 5 years up until today and into the future, I think they are being born a certain type of way. These little children, to me, are coming out like aliens.
Yeah.
They're uber smart. They literally come out and they go, Mom? Oh my God, my granddaughter came out the first day. They put me on FaceTime and she could not stop looking at her dad. Why is she that alert? And in my mind, I'm going, another alien. Ugh. I didn't want to say that to him. He just met her, and I'm like, damn, another alien. My grandson, when he was 3, he goes, Rick, I don't know if I ever told you guys this story, but I love this story. We're coming into my complex, which is a little bit of a windy road, and he goes, Dory, the aliens are behind us. And I was like, oh my God. And so I look up in the rear view mirror to look at him, and I kind of stayed quiet. And he realized something was wrong, and he goes, you can't see them? And I was like, oh my God. I was like, okay, so Ezra, if you don't want me to see them, you have to tell them, let me see them. And then he goes, okay, like, done. I swear for God, an alien walked into our complex 3 weeks later. I have the video. I'll send it to you guys. See, y'all don't believe me. The kid, here's the funny part. You can hear Ezra in the background. And he's going, what is that? What? Like he was acting, like he was a bad actor. And I'm telling my son, I was like, he knows exactly what the fuck that was because he said, come.
So cute.
I'm going to send y'all the video. What is, now this particular thing that it was seen for miles. It looked like it was in our backyard. And everybody that looked at it felt like it was in their backyard. And then they said it was SpaceX. Meaning something with space technology. It wasn't. It was some weird
See, I'm always
shit.
weirded out by that stuff because I'm in North Carolina, right?
Yeah.
And I have this theory that every president has come here.
Yes.
They stay here. It's something here we've seen hovering, you know, those hovercrafts, the spacecrafts.
Yes.
I've seen them more than one time, you know, just hovering around.
Yeah.
Because, you know, in North Carolina, we've just got clear, pretty skies. You
Right.
can see everything.
Right.
At nighttime.
Right.
So you can see the crafts.
Yeah.
So to me, I'm still trying to figure out why is it every president has to come to North Carolina. And they'll come multiple times.
Really?
I'm wondering, do we have an underground bunker here for them, or what's going on here?
They're actually, I read in the New York Post that there's an underground bunker in Harnett County. I'll just leave it at that.
That's answering a lot.
Tracy,
Yeah.
I just sent you that link to YouTube, the guy that sounds like an alien.
Yes, send it to me, and I'll send it to everyone else.
Yeah, I just sent it to everybody.
So advancements in technology. Technology is broad, so understand that technology means everything. All right? More outer space, more abnormal outer space activity. War technology, again, that's chemical warfare, is going to show up. Period. Plus new technology like unmanned fighting machines. Drones are going to be used. I don't know what else that could mean, but we'll see it all. For warfare. Advances in every level on the material world. Food, fabric, we went over that, hearing, throat, limbs. Limbs are going to be technologically better. Eyes. How we build our homes to be fireproof, to be earthquake-proof. There will be more earthquakes because Taurus involves the earth. So you're going to start to get earthquakes in areas that normally don't get it. But homes will be built to withstand all of these changes. No more paper money, trading, electronic currency are all going to be important. No more gas, but more electronic cars. So fixed signs, again, are the other ones that are going to be a compromise: Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. Also, you might want to look at, let me just see, mine, for example. I've sent everyone the link, but I know everybody doesn't look at it. The link for your chart, astro charts, where you put in your, I'm going to see mine right now. New York. 08 08 1962. Oh, wait, 1962. Not everybody knows what time they were born, so if you can kind of figure that out, there is a way to get a long form from the hospital, I heard, that you were born in. So I have no planets in Taurus, thank God.
Oh, wait a minute, we're doing that?
No, I'm just showing you my chart. Do you have your chart available? If you guys have an alternate mode, you have the paper. If you guys have an alternate modality, it's astrocharts.com.
Okay, which one's Taurus? I think that's Taurus up there. I got a north node in Taurus.
Okay, that's important. Your north node is very important. Do you have any if you can look at your chart, do you have any planets in Taurus, in the Taurus house? I don't. So, do you have water? Any fixed signs, Scorpio, Aquarius, Callie?
Any planets in that?
Yeah, in your chart. Do you have any Aquarius or Scorpio?
Scorpio is in my 4th house. And Mercury.
Mercury is your Scorpio?
No, wait, I tell a lie. I'm new to this.
That's okay.
It's not Mercury. What the heck is that planet?
What's it look like? I can tell you.
It's weird. It's Neptune. It's Uranus. My Uranus is in Scorpio.
Oh.
And it's in my 4th house.
It's in your 4th house. Under what sign does it say? Because everybody's 4th house is different.
Scorpio.
But your 4th house, your house could be in a different sign.
Oh.
I think. Don't worry about it.
I'm just going by what this thing says.
Okay, it's in your 4th house, which is your Scorpio. Okay, I think I get it. So that's significant. That Uranus, which is shown up in Taurus, is in your house of Scorpio.
Mm-hmm.
So Scorpio's a fixed sign. You gotta find out the meaning of the 4th house. That's what it is. The 4th house is for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm forgetting. The 4th house is something about career. What is, I'm gonna just look it up. The meaning of the 4th house, because that's where you're gonna get compromised, because that's where Scorpio, the fixed sign, is in.
Yeah, it says home, family, roots, and deep emotions, sense of self-worth.
Callie, how true is that?
Huh? It's true.
It's true. So that's where there's going to be some structural changes in the next 6 years for you. What does it stand for again?
Home, family, root, and deep emotions, sense of self-worth.
Yep. So
family rows will be frequent, might receive an inheritance. That's what this thing says.
Well, let's look at it a whole nother way. It's going to be very important not to be stubborn in issues that you just mentioned. Like, you're going to have to be, and I think we've talked about this. You're going to have to be
flexible.
You have to be flexible. And now it makes sense. Now we know why.
Yeah.
But do it. Do you understand? Like, there's a happier place at the end of the tunnel.
I get it.
Okay, just let it sit
now,
there.
That's why I've been trying to say to myself and just be like, okay, fine. You do you.
Right. But when it's
I'm
time
gonna
for
stay over
choice,
here and be quiet.
but when it's time for choices, you have to be the flexible one. Don't make this about you, even though your real problem is your husband, because he's what?
He's a freaking Taurus.
He's a Taurus.
He's Capricorn rising and Virgo moon.
Oh, he's got a lot of stuff. But the thing that's important is that if you stay mutable and flexible and bendable, if he stays stubborn in his thinking, I still want you to be free flowing because he will learn his lesson. You're going to be able to say to him, but I wouldn't say it out loud, but you're going to be able to say to him, I told you.
You know I'm going to say I told you.
Right. So it feels to me like...
I can't help it.
Right, but it feels to me like he wants, let's say he's like, I must live over here in this corner, blah, 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 right? And then I said to you to be mutable, so you have to go with the flow of things. And then you get there and it's like, the house is sliding.
How we gonna fix this, boo?
Exactly. Well, what's going to happen from that is that he's going to learn his lesson from that experience. And then he's going to say to you, I'm not choosing this time, you choose. You get your way.
Okay, so basically, we will have to move to the suburbs in order for him to learn his lesson from his comeback.
Yes. Absolutely. My prayer is that you don't suffer. My prayer is that his decision, because he's Taurus, his decision makes him learn a lesson. So let's say you all move to the suburbs and then he finds a job in an area that you wanted to move into. He's going to say, I should have listened. Now I know that this new job, da-da-da-da, and if we would have just looked da-da-da-da, the new job would have came through anyway. But there's a lesson here. The problem is the fight. Two people cannot be stubborn. And you're already a mutable planet or cardinal, whatever you are. You're free flowing. I don't know what Libras are, mutable or cardinal, but you're free.
I think we're cardinal.
Cardinal. So you're free. Your spirit runs freer. You'll be able to control what you need to control. But today, whatever he says goes. But whatever he says, you can trust and believe. Your Uranus is going to show him. Dumb mistake. You don't have to say it. Okay.
Okay.
That's where the planets are helping. So, do you know what degrees you have, by the way, since your chart is out?
Degrees?
Degrees in that Uranus and Scorpio.
Wait a minute. Let me get there. Where's that Uranus? 18 degrees, 39, whatever.
18 degrees. So, your lessons are going to be felt better from 2021 to 2024. So, the fixed signs who are going to have effect to Uranus, and if you have any fixed signs in your moon, so Taurus, Monique, right? Monica?
Yeah.
Monique.
Monique.
Do you have your chart in front of you?
Yeah, I finally found it in my email.
Oh, good. Your sun sign. What degrees is your sun sign?
10 degrees Taurus.
You're feeling the effects of Uranus right now. Right now through 2021. Yeah. And you know that because you have some land issues that you're fighting over. What do you need to learn? Because Uranus...
Go with the flow.
Go with the flow, but also maybe accept the changes that's coming to you.
Right.
And it may not turn out to your advantage.
Mm-hmm.
If it does turn out to your advantage, then that means something else you needed to learn, like how to power up, how to be stronger, how to speak more effectively, how to go through legal docs. There might be something bigger that you're learning from all of this.
Yeah. Already it is.
Mm-hmm. Like my Scorpio is in 15 degrees Scorpio. My moon sign is 15 degrees Scorpio. So for me, 2021 through 2024 is where I will find my Uranus lessons. Because I've got no Taurus. So, and my Leo and my Scorpio are both 15 degrees. So I'm going to get what I need between 2021 and 2024. I would pray that I'm way ahead of the game and I'm not going to enter into any ugly. I pray for that. I'm hoping I'm learning my lessons right now, not to fight later.
Okay, but my Uranus is in Virgo.
Yes, Uranus, your Uranus in Virgo is different. I was looking at Callie's Uranus in Scorpio because it's a fixed sign.
Okay.
However, your Uranus in Virgo, you have to first look at what Uranus is trying to tell Virgo.
Okay.
All right. So my Uranus is in Leo. I have no idea what it's trying to tell Leo, but I have to look it up. So I have to look up what does Uranus and Leo mean, and then understand those are going to be your life lessons.
Right. That's why I'm going to Google that aspect.
Me too. I have to Google that as well. So that's a whole process. And I'm not an astrologer, but if I have to learn it for myself, I could learn it for myself. Now, what I can do is probably find a link that shows Uranus in every sign and then pass that over, and you all can figure some of this stuff out yourself. Because wherever Uranus lands is where you're learning your lessons.
Okay.
Now, how did you get the years?
The degrees? Say that
It's
again.
on the next part.
You always must have your degrees. It's not enough just to say your sun is in Leo or your moon is in Scorpio.
Okay. I have a question then.
I get that, but I'm not understanding how you got the years. Like by the 18 degrees.
Oh, no. I wrote this down. So anything between 10 and 20 degrees, you're going to have the effects of Uranus from 2021 to 2024. Anything that's 20 degrees to 29 degrees, you're going to have the biggest effects from 2024 to 2026.
Okay.
Okay, so my Uranus is in Leo at 16 degrees.
So your Uranus, what I can tell you, at 16 degrees, you're going to have your most experiences through 2021 through 2024. I know, so I can take you for an example, right? Annette, it's harder for me because I have to figure out what God wants me to do beyond what I've already done, right? So for you, you look like the type that has led a straight and narrow life.
Yeah.
Probably very religious at some point.
Right.
Probably stiff upper lip, hat on, and very, absolutely, that's not the way it should be done. Right?
What was that
I'm going back years. When people said, you need to act this way. So for you, to me, it feels like stepping into the metaphysical world. Owning that. Because remember, with you, I keep saying, I see you on YouTube. How do we bust out of that bubble when everybody taught you to do a whole religious, prim and proper kind of way? So where's your battle? And my prayer is that by the time you get to 2021, my prayer is that you're like, fuck it. I'm a YouTuber. I do this. I give readings out of my home. That's my prayer for you.
I'm already there.
Well, and that's exactly my point. But that's I think that's going to be your battle. I think you're already there because you cracked the door and you're like, I'm just going to do this. But there's more coming because Leo's about creativity and the sun and being seen and being fabulous.
Yeah, I see that.
Yes.
I see the challenge.
Yes, that's what it is, a challenge. And then maybe fighting people who know you and are more comfortable with you the way they know you. How dare you change on me? So maybe you're going to have people calling you out your face, people that you know.
Right.
And you're like, you know me. Like, what is happening here? I thought I knew you, but I guess I didn't know you. You know it's coming.
Yeah. But I told some of my friends that I was doing therapy, one of my friends, our relationship is shifting. And like, okay. But, once I know that open-minded, I feel most of my friends are open-minded people.
Yes.
So that, whatever,
Yes.
But Tracy, what did you say your moon is in?
Scorpio.
Scorpio.
So here's what I have to say. None of this is going to be easy. Remember, Uranus walks in your house and says, get the fuck up. None of this is going to be easy. Nothing's going to be easy. How it's going to be easy if you're just like, okay, I'm up. What do you want me to do? That's the difference. Old versus new, balancing out conservatives against liberals. Taurus are conservatives. Uranus is liberals. Having quirky world leaders. Trump started it all. There will be more quirky world leaders. They're going to be all batshit crazy. Because Trump said it's okay to be this.
Right.
Watch. Imagine having a quirky pope. You're going to be like, what is happening to the world? Is all the leaders going crazy? Uranus says they're allowed. And that's everything. That's everything. At this point, I would be repeating myself. Religion versus spirituality, we win. We win. Guys, come into the spiritual world, figure out where you need to be, find your niche in the market, find if you can make money out of this world. We win. Religion cannot do this anymore. They're not pulling the people in. We can talk to the people. Wherever you're at is where your ministry is. And it does not have to fall under religion. It has to fall under God's consciousness and loving one another. As the world is falling apart, who do you think they're going to call? Us. We're going to be there helping people to restructure what life looks like for them as Uranus is kicking their ass. We will be the new. Remember when they had a whole series of motivational speakers?
Mm-hmm.
Do you see them anymore?
Nope.
No. We're the new ones. We're the new counselors, the new pastors, the spiritualists. I don't need to be called as a pastor. I want to be called whatever anybody wants to call me, as long as they know I'm helping.
A life coach.
I hate the word life coach.
Okay.
Because I'm really, really a psychic, and I'm helping you through spirit. So it's not a human helping a human. That kind of feels like teacher, pastor. I'm a human telling another human what to do. I'm spiritual. So I'm getting messages from your ancestors, your guides. And that's where it becomes a little different. And for some reason, people like that.
Of course.
They tell me all the time, because I'm giving them advice before I do the cards, although they don't realize the advice is, doesn't matter. And they go, I really want to see what the cards say. And I get so mad. But I give it to them because that's what they know. Little do they know that the advice that I'm giving them beforehand, it's coming from God. What are you talking about? It's spirit. It still means your ancestors are communicating with me, but it means I'm relaxed enough for ancestors to come in without the cards. When I was doing the cards, one of my coworkers who I hated kept saying to me, "You don't need the cards. You don't need the cards," and I did. But what I began to understand was I don't need the cards, and it took me a moment. And so slowly I started practicing communicating first and then using the cards. You know, a combination of both. And every once in a while, I'll communicate and I'll do the cards, and I was like, oh, I was completely wrong. The cards are telling you to do the opposite of what I just said. I'm honest. All right, that's everything. I hope it helps. I mean, just make sure I didn't leave absolutely nothing out, and I don't think I did. Higher frequencies.
Hey, Tracy, what was the name of that, what we call sun and moon, or sun and rising, or whatever it is that you called it?
Your chart?
Yeah. I had my chart, but while y'all was doing it, I was trying to locate it. I can't find my chart.
I'll send you the link again. I got a very easy link.
Okay.
All right. I'll send it in y'all's respective groups.
My question is, before we go, my question is, figuring out, you said you go from 10 to the degrees for the years?
Yes.
Because mine is kind of weird on here.
Yes.
And I know y'all were talking about the 4th and 5th house. But one of mine is like, my 5th house is Saturn in 9 degrees and 58 degrees, and then Leo. So if it's not in 10, so what year would it be in?
No. What are you talking about? Where's your Uranus?
Oh, the Uranus is in 10. And then 22 and then Scorpio.
10 what? Uranus is in 10 what?
10 degrees.
10 degrees
10
what?
Degrees.
Scorpio?
Yes, 10 degrees Scorpio.
Okay, so you're in what, you don't know what house right now though, right?
It just has a symbol, a line and a symbol.
Okay. So the app that I use doesn't tell me what house either, but I can count it, right? So from your ascendant, I don't think that's the first house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So from your ascendant is the first house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
So it would be in the 12th house almost.
Or the first house.
Yeah.
So you have to see where Uranus shows up in what house and then in what sign. And that's what Uranus is trying to work on you about for the next 6 years.
Oh, in Scorpio.
In Scorpio. So Uranus is in Scorpio at 10 degrees. So you're being affected between 2021 and 2022. All right?
Yeah.
And it depends upon what house. And when you look at that, pulling yourself out of it, look at your Uranus in the first house, let's say.
Okay.
In the sign of Scorpio. So you're going to look at what that means, and then you're going to apply it.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Monique.